Hello folks, meet me again, Mr. Scary Exist. In this video, I'd like to tell you the true story. Don't you know that I can see them, but they can't see me? Only 1 out of 1,000 people had the experience to get in touch with me. Here is the story.
I was a simple photographer, capturing smiles and freezing memories for generations to come. Little did I know, the camera I inherited would plunge me into a world of terror. It all started on a gloomy Tuesday afternoon. As I sifted through my grandfather's belongings, I stumbled upon an old, ornate camera tucked away in a dusty corner. The Phantom 5D, as it was engraved on the side, emitted an eerie vibe. My grandfather's journal revealed a haunting reputation associated with the camera, stories of unexplained shadows and strange occurrences during its use. Skeptical but intrigued, I decided to test its capabilities. Alone in the studio, I loaded the Phantom 5D with film and began a routine photo shoot for a local family. As the camera clicked, an unsettling chill ran down my spine. When I developed the photos, I saw more than just the smiling faces of the family. Faint apparitions lingered in the background, their eyes staring into my soul. The unusual aspect wasn't just the ghosts in the pictures. It was the realization that these apparitions were connected to my own family's past. The ghostly figures resembled distant relatives, long departed but seemingly bound to the camera. Fear crept into my heart, but curiosity gripped me tighter. As I delved deeper into the Phantom 5D's history, I discovered that it was rumored to capture the souls of those it photographed. The camera became a bridge between the living and the dead, freezing moments in time with an unsettling permanence. I couldn't escape the feeling that the camera was a cursed relic, a portal to the afterlife. The mysterious happenings weren't limited to the photographs. Strange sounds echoed through the studio at night, soft whispers and ghostly footsteps. I could feel unseen eyes watching me, even when I was alone. The air became thick with an otherworldly presence, and a cold mist often enveloped the room. The scent of decay lingered, as if the ghosts brought with them the essence of death. Desperation set in as I realized I couldn't escape the Phantom 5D's grip. It became an obsession, an inescapable force that consumed my every waking thought. I sought the help of paranormal experts, but their investigations only intensified the haunting. One night, as I locked myself in the dark room, the temperature plummeted. Shadows danced on the walls, forming grotesque shapes. The clicking of the camera echoed louder, almost drowning out my own heartbeat. In a desperate attempt to break free, I snapped a self-portrait of the Phantom 5D. When I developed the photo, I saw myself surrounded by a legion of tormented souls. Their hollow eyes bore into mine, and their silent screams reverberated through the image. The realization struck. The camera was feeding off my fear, trapping me in a macabre cycle of horror. In a moment of clarity, I understood that to sever the connection, I needed to confront the ghosts of my family's past. Armed with the Phantom 5D, I ventured into the realm between life and death. The air grew heavier as I confronted each spirit, reliving their untold stories and acknowledging their existence. With each photograph, the studio echoed with the release of trapped souls. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the temperature normalized. The haunting whispers faded, replaced by a profound silence. As the last photograph developed, the Phantom 5D's grip on me loosened. The camera, now devoid of its eerie glow, transformed into a mere relic. The story could have ended there, but the scars of the supernatural lingered. The once vibrant studio now bore the weight of memories that transcended time. The portraits on the walls seemed to watch, their eyes holding secrets only I could comprehend. The Phantom 5D had served its purpose, teaching me that some legacies should remain buried. The photographs captured more than images. They immortalized the pain, the joy, and the lingering echoes of those who had come before. So, the studio became a testament to the thin veil between the living and the dead, a reminder that some stories, once awakened, could never be forgotten, and not all memories are meant to be revisited.
Hello folks, meet me again, Mr. Scary Exist. In this video, I'd like to tell you the true story. Don't you know that I can see them, but they can't see me? Only 1 out of 1,000 people had the experience to get in touch with me. Here is the story. My name is Jake, just an ordinary guy with a dull office job and a small family waiting for me at home. One gloomy night, I found myself at the desolate railway station awaiting the last train home after a late meeting. Little did I know, the night would unfold into a nightmare beyond imagination. The station was eerily quiet, the only sound being the distant hum of the flickering fluorescent lights overhead. As I checked the time, the digital clock displayed midnight, the witching hour. A shiver ran down my spine, but I brushed it off as a product of the late night chill. The train's arrival was overdue, and impatience gnawed at me. A thick fog rolled in, cloaking the station in an otherworldly haze. My breath mingled with the mist as I strained my ears, attempting to discern any signs of the approaching train. Then, the unusual happened. A soft, haunting melody drifted through the still air. It wasn't a tune I recognized, but it sent shivers down my spine. I scanned the empty platform, my eyes catching a flicker of movement in the shadows. A figure emerged, a woman in a tattered, flowing dress. Her face was obscured by a curtain of long, disheveled hair, and she moved with an unnatural grace. Fear gripped me, yet curiosity pushed me to approach her. As I drew near, the melody intensified, its haunting notes resonating with an otherworldly sadness. The woman seemed lost in her own world, oblivious to my presence. I hesitated, caught between the desire to flee and the inexplicable urge to unravel the mystery. The station lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced around the mysterious woman. The air grew colder, and an indescribable scent, a mix of decay and something unworldly, wafted through the fog. A metallic taste clung to the back of my throat, intensifying the sense of impending doom. The woman's face remained hidden as she continued her spectral dance. The melody reached a crescendo, and the fog thickened, swallowing the surroundings. Panic set in, and I stumbled backward, attempting to escape the ethereal nightmare. The station, once familiar, became a surreal dreamscape, where reality and the supernatural collided. As I retraced my steps, the station transformed. The familiar signs were replaced by cryptic symbols, and the platform stretched endlessly into a void. The haunting melody persisted, a cacophony of despair echoing through the abyss. Shadows converged, taking form, ghostly apparitions flickering in and out of existence. The sudden wail of a distant train disrupted the spectral dance. I turned to see the approaching locomotive, its lights piercing through the fog. Relief washed over me, and I sprinted toward the platform. The train, a dimly lit silhouette, slowed to a halt. The doors creaked open, inviting me to escape the nightmare. As I stepped onto the train, the fog dissipated, and the station returned to its normalcy. The cryptic symbols vanished, and the haunting melody faded into the background. I found myself alone in the carriage, the only passenger aboard. The train's interior was dimly lit, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch and contort. The The rhythmic clatter of wheels on tracks merged with an unsettling heartbeat like thud. Unease settled in as I navigated the empty compartments, each window revealing glimpses of a desolate landscape outside. The train journey felt endless, the rhythmic thud intensifying with every passing moment. I peered out the window, expecting to see familiar landmarks, but the landscape remained obscured by an impenetrable darkness. The train became a vessel hurtling through an abyss, disconnected from reality. In the dim glow, faces appeared on the other side of the windows, pale, featureless visages pressed against the glass, staring with hollow eyes. Their silent pleas echoed in my mind, sending chills down my spine. I recoiled, retreating into the safety of the dimly lit corridor. As I moved through the train, the air grew heavy with despair. Whispers surrounded me, faint voices pleading for release. The shadows in the corners morphed into contorted figures, their elongated limbs reaching out. Panic set in, and I quickened my pace, desperate to escape the haunting phantoms that inhabited the spectral train. In the distance, a dim light flickered, the end of the line. The train slowed, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. The doors creaked open, revealing the familiar platform of my hometown. I stumbled onto the station, the echoes of the haunting melody lingering in my ears. The once desolate railway station now bustled with life. Passengers hurriedly passed by, oblivious to the otherworldly ordeal I had endured. The clock on the wall displayed a time long past midnight, and the spectral fog that had enveloped the station dissipated. I stood alone on the platform, trying to comprehend the surreal journey I had just experienced. The haunted railway station, the mysterious woman, the ghostly figures. Were they mere figments of an exhausted mind, or had I truly glimpsed the supernatural? The boundary between the known and the unknown is fragile, and sometimes, in the quietest moments of the night, we may find ourselves on the precipice of the paranormal. The haunting melody, the spectral dance, and the faces in the mist were reminders that the supernatural could encroach upon our reality, blurring the lines between the tangible and the otherworldly. As I left the station, the echoes of that eerie night lingered, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed, shrouded in the darkness of the midnight hour. Only if you believe in this story, then it is true, as absolutely we are not alone.
Whispers of the Haunted Hotel. In a quiet town shrouded in mystery, there stood a once grand hotel, the Crescent Falls Hotel. Little did anyone know its walls held secrets, and its history was haunted by the echoes of a chilling past. Our story begins with a young couple, Amelia and Mark, seeking a peaceful weekend retreat. They stumbled upon the imposing Crescent Falls Hotel, unaware of the dark forces that lay dormant within its corridors. As the couple settled into their room, the hotel underwent a malevolent transformation. What was once a cozy abode turned into a sterile, haunting hospital, revealing the ominous truth hidden within its walls. Confused and terrified, Amelia and Mark ventured into the hospital like maze. The hotel's grandeur faded, replaced by the stark reality of a haunted asylum, where the tortured spirits of the past awaited release. Nightfall brought the arrival of the first tormented soul. As the ghostly figure pleaded for release, Amelia and Mark realized they were entwined in a supernatural struggle to break the shackles that bound the spirits. Desperate for answers, the couple unraveled the hotel's dark past. patient records revealed a history of madness, and a cryptic message hinted at the only way to free the trapped spirits: through a sacrifice. Faced with an impossible choice, Amelia and Mark confronted the moral dilemma. Love and sacrifice intertwined as they made the heart-wrenching decision that would either doom or liberate the tortured souls. In a surprising twist, the sacrifice was symbolic. The couple, bound by love, broke the cycle, and the hotel transformed back to its original state. The lesson learned was profound. True sacrifice lies in putting the well-being of a loved one before oneself. As Amelia and Mark left the Crescent Falls Hotel hand in hand, the once haunted corridors whispered their gratitude. The echoes of the past had finally found peace, leaving behind a tale of love, sacrifice, and the transformative power of breaking the chains that bind.